Music unites people across the world. It's a universal language. It provides harmony and unity in a room full of strangers. It's something that hits home for a lot of people. Music acts as a catalyst for those who are lost to be found. I never truly understood what it meant to be moved by music until I listened to Bastille in ninth grade. That was when I understood what it meant to be influenced by music. Shortly after Bastille, I found a band called The Score, and then a year later, I fell in love with music from American authors. All these bands said the words that I couldn't say for myself and put my emotions into words. One night, I was thinking about the new band I found, American authors. This is when I realized I wanted to interact with the bands that were changing my life. Immediately, my first thought was band interviews. I doubted myself, asking myself why any band would interact with a high school student just to be put in a school newspaper when they could participate in more important interviews over the radio and in studios. Yet, the idea of interviewing bands still lingered. As a part of my school's newspaper, I wanted to provide people with new musical experiences that could change other people the same way the bands I wanted to interview had changed me. I introduced this idea to the newspaper team, and people told me that this was a good idea, and I was surprised no one was explicitly doubting me. If anything, I was the only one doubting myself. And that's exactly where it all started. I wanted to prove myself and anyone who doubted me wrong. It all started with The Score, a band I discovered during the third trimester of ninth grade, which was a rough period in my life. Their music discussed the importance of individuality and staying true to one's dreams despite how difficult a situation is. They changed me into a better person and were the reason behind why I achieved my 3-year-long dream. I really wanted more people to know this band, so I sent them a message asking them if they were willing to do an interview. To my surprise, they said yes. I really couldn't believe what was about to happen. This was my first ever interview. This band literally shaped me and my values. Eventually, I published the interview in the school's newspaper, getting positive remarks from all sorts of people. Within a year, I would go to their concert, and Eddie and Izan, the two people who make up The Score, would recognize me. Eddie gave me a hug, and I got to take a picture with the two of them. They also signed my interview. If you told me all this would happen 1 year earlier, I would have thought you were crazy. After interviewing The Score, I interviewed Zayd Wolf. His music inspired me to be a better person and reach my full potential even when things were tough. I found Zayd a month before I found The Score, so my rough situation was at its peak. A few months after finding him, I sent him a message asking if he would be interested in an interview. Again, I doubted that I would actually get an interview with this guy. He's got music to write. Why would he pay attention to some high schooler? To my surprise, he was enthusiastic about doing an interview. He even sent me extra materials I could include in the interview, and I was really impressed by how well these interviews were going. I had gotten in 2 interviews within the span of 3 months. Shortly after Zayd Wolf, I would interview Sam Tenez. His music was similar to that of Zayd Wolf, and he was equally enthusiastic about the interview process. His music highlighted the importance of perseverance when all the doors closed on you, therefore leaving you to build a new road for yourself. I would later interview Young Rising Suns. Is this the low or is this the high? And The Orphan the Poet. There were definitely times where I faced disappointment, where I tried to interview a couple of other bands and got no response from any of the band members, or the band never responded back to my emails. Originally, I interviewed bands so I could interact with the people behind the music, the people that helped me understand the world better. I wanted to spread their message to my school and let people know that there are others out there who care about them. Not only was I able to do this, I also ended up broadening my musical horizon and discovering new, lesser known artists. Through these interviews, I've learned that no matter how crazy an idea may seem, give it a go before saying it won't happen and throwing it away. I've also learned the importance of multiple stories which illuminate the different perspectives that make up the world. If you have a dream, chase it.